No prison time for pedo Portland Antifa member who pleaded guilty to stabbing black conservative. Again, more evidence of the two-tier justice system. It's not just uh, uh, political oligarchs that's getting away with committing crime and getting no and barely getting any time, if any, for it. It's the Antifas, the leftists, the BLMs, all those people that are destroying our country are literally getting away with it. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button, share this out so we can get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. It has a link to my Patreon where I talk about things I can't talk about here. There's also a link to my Instagram and my merch store where I have I Will Not Comply t-shirts, so check those out. Also, check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for news. All right, let's talk about this news. A Portland Antifa member who spent years in prison for a child sex crime conviction pleaded guilty this morning to stabbing a black conservative live streamer during the 2020 BLM Antifa riots. Blake David Hamp, 46, pleaded guilty in a sweetheart deal. Well, here we go. More sweetheart deals. They're handing them out the candy. Again, you got to have a D next to your name for that sweetheart deal. But he pleaded to felony count second-degree attempted assault. He will serve no prison time. Instead of getting 3 years, he's getting 3 years probation. The charge is downgraded from the original felony second-degree assault charge. A felony charge of unlawful use of a weapon was dropped in the plea deal. It's crazy. And on July 25th, 2020, during the height of the nightly far-left rioting in downtown Portland, Hamp was recorded on video stabbing Andrew Duncombe. Duncombe was hospitalized and narrowly survived being paralyzed as the blade pierced inches from his spinal cord. It's crazy. And Hamp had his face covered with the helmet and goggles during the attack and nearly escaped. This reporter witnessed him being captured by a protest crowd who mistook him for being a right-winger following the stabbing. After he was booked into jail, Hamp's $250,000 bond was covered by a far-left bail support group. I mean, it's just crazy. And the case dragged on for nearly 3 years with multiple trial dates pushed back. During this time, Antifa extremists in Portland intimidated Duncombe for his participation in the case by targeting him at his place of employment. In March this year, Antifa harassed him at a grocery store and successfully had him fired as security over false claims he is a white supremacist. Despite Hamp failing to show up to several court dates, I'm gonna kill this, whatever this county is called, Multnomah County District Attorney's Office under Mike Smith offered him the sweetheart resolution deal. And I can't say this for sure, but he's probably a George Soros attorney. I wouldn't doubt it. But like I said, I don't know. I haven't really done much research into the district attorney, but it wouldn't surprise me if he was a George Soros attorney. But Hamp was active in the Portland Antifa militant circles for several years and has been witnessed by a reporter at multiple direct actions in 2019 and 2020 where he wears clothing featuring children's cartoon characters. He had a particular hatred for the Department of Homeland Security and U.S. Immigration and Border officers. His past criminal history appears to shed light as to why. In 2008, Hamp was federally convicted for possessing child sex abuse content after he was caught by the U.S. Customs and Border Protection with the material on a computer upon re-entering from Nova Scotia, Canada. According to the court records, officers grew suspicious of Hamp's nervous behavior as seeing children's toys and underwear in his car in September 2006. This is a sick dude. Quote, in addition to the sleeping bags, there were children's stickers, children's underwear, children's towels or blankets with superheroes printed on them and packages of trading cards, wrote an investigator in court filings. The officers also found 12 to 15 condoms, a container of personal lubricant, a camera, a cell phone, and an Apple laptop computer. During the questioning about the children's items, but before he was asked about the child sex abuse content, Hamp said he teaches music to autistic children. Jesus Lord. Jesus Lord. So he had access to these children, and he had all the cards and toys and stuff that kids would like. You know he was grooming these kids, man. It's a disgusting, sick dude. Hamp was sentenced to nearly 3.5 years in prison. So he's already a felon, right? He served 3 years before being released early and relocating from Maine to Portland, Oregon in 2011. So he already has a criminal history. This guy stabbed someone and he's getting no time for it. It's just crazy. In an account he operates on Reddit under the username BR0K3NR0B0T, Hamp posted about his diaper fetish. I mean, disgusting character. In a 2019 post after Antifa beat a reporter and hospitalized the reporter Andy No for a brain bleed, Hamp posted about being there and pointing out to the black bloc. Quote, I pointed him out to the black bloc and the shakes started to fly, Hamp wrote. He also got smacked upside his head with the slow sign. His blood was real. So this guy is just a habitual problem with children and beating people up and pointing people out and stabbing people. He's a menace to society, but he's not getting any time for stabbing someone. And it's a black guy, and he just happened to be a conservative. So it's okay to stab black people as long as they're conservative. And where's the uproar in that? Where is BLM on that? If it was a conservative doing that, you best believe they would be marching in the streets. But stabbing victim Andrew Duncombe sent the post-millennial victim statement provided to the court upon finding out about Hamp's plea deal. Quote, I spent almost 2 years after the stabbing dealing with PTSD issues and dealing with resentment I had towards Mr. Hamp. I have healed from a lot of the mental effects this incident has had on my life, and I'm just ready to put it all behind me. I hope Mr. Hamp will be able to contribute something positive towards society and wish nothing but the best moving forward. I'm not gonna lie, it would have been hard for me to put out that statement, even though my Christian values states that we're supposed to forgive. I don't know, how do you really forgive someone that stabs you, almost paralyzes you because of your beliefs? It's crazy. And then the guy gets off and doesn't get really any prison time for it. And he is he has child abuse content and only got a few years for that. He's just a disgusting individual that's going to be back on the street, possibly continuing to do the same stuff that he's already doing. Because people like this never learn their lesson because they don't really get any punishment for it, as long as you got a D next to your name. And it's disgusting. But let me know what you think. Leave your comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe. And check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.